Welcome to CTV's broadcast of East China High School sports, presented to the community by Magda. Let's join our announcers now for all the action of East China High School's.
Alrighty, welcome Saints football fans to another rendition of high school football here on CTV. Alongside Coach Denny White, I'm Brad Robbins. We're going to bring you all the action tonight as the Saints play host in a MAC Silver matchup to the Clintondale Dragons. Beautiful night for football, perfect conditions, so that shouldn't be a factor. And both teams kind of looking to get right inside the MAC Silver here. The Saints coming off a loss here as the visitor to Marine City, and Clintondale coming off a heavy loss to Lamphere. Both teams come in at 1-2 overall. Coach, this is another opportunity. The Saints, last time we were here, felt like a must-win, and within the MAC, if they have any goals to win the silver, they've got to get this one.
Absolutely do. This is an opportunity to get back to 500, which is what they need to start the momentum to go through the rest of the season.
Yeah, and we talked a little bit about I'll say the lack of experience. Obviously, Logan Ellis did a lot in the backfield and defensively when we had our first broadcast. But outside of that, it seemed like there were some guys that were just needing to get experience and come along, especially on the offensive front. And they did that okay. I can't say it was the cleanest game, but each week is a new adventure. And if they want to get back, I think the mentality of it, if you're trying to grow throughout the season, it always feels like it's more fun to learn things after a win than when you're on the wrong side of the scoreboard. So if you can get both things accomplished on film, win the game and learn something, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, absolutely right. They say that you learn more from a loss than you do to a win, but I'm not sure that's accurate.
Now you got to keep. It helps to keep the faith. Special teams were an adventure the last time that we were out, outside of the extra points, and here you see the ball go out of bounds. So that'll be an illegal procedure penalty out the gate on the Saints kicking team. Clintondale going to move them back and try the kick again. Saints kind of went back and forth in the previous time. They'd squibbed some, and they were fortunate that early on they got the ball right away in that game. But that one goes out of bounds, probably not the plan. And then when they did kick it deep, I felt like Connor Gunn was plenty capable of doing that. So.
Yes, I thought so, and I thought they covered it well, which would be the reason not to kick it deep because you can't cover it.
Right,
yeah.
If you feel like you can't cover, or I think it was Lincoln, maybe they had dangerous return men. But you almost got to see if your guys can stay in their lanes and cover a kick, because for here you're kicking back from the 35 now. Probably going to put Clintondale in a good spot. All bounds around, picked up at the 35-yard line. That's going to be Ja'Cory Bursey.
Nice bounce he got.
Yeah, it came right to it. Just clean hop.
Yep.
And picked it up nicely at the 35, got it all the way out near midfield. So the Dragons are going to start from there as they'll take possession first in this ball game. The Saints won the toss and deferred, so Clintondale naturally selected to receive. Saints will have the choice in the second half. Mentioned before, both teams coming off of a loss last week. Pretty heavy losses as well. I believe it was 48-6. Clintondale lost to Lamphere inside the MAC Silver. Bright spot for the Saints early on has been the defense. Early on against Richmond, it was really solid. And against Lincoln, it was very stout. And then last week, showed out decent against a very talented Marine City team. First play there.
Trips at the top and the single at the bottom, you have to respect that so it spreads your defenders out.
They ran right away from the trips over to the right side off tackle. And unfortunately, right out of the gate, and this seems to happen to us almost every week, that the first guy that carries the ball isn't on the roster that we have in front of us. So if number one is the featured back, he's the best kept secret on the roster. No communication here for the Dragons. We got a loose ball on the field, and the Saints are going to pick it up. Quarterback Shane Keys was not ready for a snap, getting everybody organized, and the center snapped the ball anyways. You're going to see just total confusion, not everybody ready, and the snap goes. Good hustle there.
This is a nice job. Look, the Saint takes the quarterback off the ball.
Yep, flipped
and the
it
second
away.
guy in recovers it.
Might have been Liam Nesbitt on the recovery, so the Saints fortunate there to get the ball back, much like we did on our first broadcast. That's going to be Logan Ellis. He's going to cross the 30. So a pretty similar start, you know, from week 2 against the Abes. Now here against the Dragons, week 2, it was a onside kick, and this time a fumble by the Dragons has the Saints in this early. Second down and 5, a long 5 from the 30. Peyton Ellis, sophomore, out of the gun. Little counter play with the quarterback keep. Ellis is going to get a couple. Shamar Reiser Presley with the tackle on Ellis. He's going to get a couple there. It's going to bring up 3rd and manageable.
That almost looked like it was a high snap, and the potential ball carrier got there before he brought it back down. So
yeah, it was hard to say if
Peyton
he just took it and went to the hole that it was designed for. I was giving him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Design quarterback run.
That's good.
4-down territory here for the Saints. It's going to go to Ellis. He's going to get it anyways. Outside, breaks one tackle. Probably going to get a penalty here for a horse collar as number 13 makes the tackle. I don't have a number for him on the roster either. No penalty flag flies on that.
And
Pretty
that was
interesting.
right in front of the official, yeah.
Must have felt like he grabbed jersey and not inside the shoulder pads. It looked from here like it should have been a penalty. Nonetheless, it'll be first down and nobody got hurt, so we're moving on. Saints to scrimmage from the 17. Packed in pretty tight. Ellis is going to be under center. Michael Reed with him. Logan Ellis, the tailback, he's going to get the carry off left tackle up the middle. Splits it, really good block. Out in front was Hunter Richardson guiding the way.
Very nice block.
Excellent job by the Saints to capitalize on the Dragon turnover. And just like that, under 3 minutes into the game, Saints are on the board 6-0 with a, you guessed it, Logan Ellis touchdown scamper. You're going to see Richardson out in front. Just get enough. And a good read by Logan Ellis to the house. He's going to bring on Connor Gunn. Snap took a little bit longer to develop. And with all that size of Shamar Reiser Presley, he got right in the way. Presley stands 6'6", listed at 220. So all of that in the way of the football keeps it 6-0 Saints instead of the extra tack on point. As we get you set here for the kickoff, you were reminded at the beginning of this broadcast that CTV has a new sponsor in Magna, a world-class manufacturing facility and community partner, and a place that their team is proud to be a part of. Magna has invested in a fantastic facility, hired a team that is committed to success, and supported many community functions. I can attest to that. They're looking for skilled trades, engineers, purchasing, human resources, leadership, and many more positions. They offer training, development, and a fair wage. They've got a facility that's state-of-the-art with good lighting and a focus on safety. So if you want to be a part of a winning team, are willing to contribute your ideas, and are not afraid of hard work, go to magna.com/careers and apply today. We do have a number for, or a name for number 1, Clintondale, thank goodness, because I get the feeling he's going to be a featured back here, Coach. Justin Hardnett. Band making a little noise here. Decent crowd. Beautiful night to be expected here in the fall. School underway. Kicked pretty good. Ooh. This one's on the ground. See who came away with that. Hard to tell from here. The body language isn't giving it away, but the official's arm does. And the Saints regained possession with about the same field position they got after the fumble, Coach. So you're going to see here on the kick just a little bit deeper, longer kick. Saints do a good job in lanes. Clintondale comes up.
Came up too far.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was Mario Nardinelli not able to capture it. Saints on the spot. Looked like the kicker, Connor Gunn, ended up recovering that. Good on him for getting down there. And after that turnover, it's going to be a Clintondale timeout. So Coach Dave Schindler and staff need to talk this out because they probably feel like this is a pretty pivotal possession here.
I think if St. Clair scores here, the gates are open.
Yeah, you always look at that, and I think in week 2, they had the opportunity to do that to Lincoln, and they just didn't make the plays to capitalize on the mistakes that Lincoln was making. And the whole way, Lincoln was just kind of able to be in the game, so the Saints couldn't do a wholesale change, develop the 2 deep like they want to, and keep everybody healthy, unfortunately. You want to be able to get out in front of somebody who makes these mistakes, capitalize on them, and then get guys experience.
Yes. Because that's definitely what St. Clair needs. They're just young. They're learning on the fly.
Got to get some guys with time on tape. You got to score points in order to do that. Peyton Ellis under center trying to lead a charge now. Logan with it. Off the right side this time. He's going to get a few. Good gain there. Pretty good job by the offensive line. Going to give him a solid 4. To the 29-yard line. Ellis comes off the field this time, takes a rep off. The pace and tempo is already a little bit better on behalf of the Saints.
Oh, definitely.
Getting in and out of the huddle with a little bit more purpose. It's going to be Reed and Gabriel in the backfield. Gabriel going to get a look here. Chopped down near the 26-yard line.
Nice block on the interior, Larry Wozniak. Trevor Gregg.
It's going to be 3rd down and manageable once again. 4-down territory for the Saints for sure. Ellis under center. Gabriel still in the backfield. Liam Nesbitt split farthest away from us. Michael Reed in front. Ooh, really nice job there by the Dragons. Number 1, Hardnett stepped up and stuck Gabriel right in his tracks, and that's going to be 4th down here for the Saints and a long 3.
Defender tied up Trevor Gregg, and Luke Gabriel ran into the back of both of them.
Yeah, pretty good pop there. Gabriel's not a small guy. Junior. Jackson Knowles is split out nearest us. Tight end eligible on the right side is Hunter Richardson. They're going to go to Ellis on 4th down. This is going to be close. Hard to say from here. Looked like he needed to cross handily the 31, and he did not. Almost needed the 32. They're already signaling that that is a turnover on downs.
Yep.
So here comes the defensive unit for the Saints. So that was an opportunity right there. Saints unable to take advantage, had a 3rd and manageable and got stuffed twice. Credit goes to the Dragons. Caden Meredith leading the defense today. I think it was earlier we kind of discovered that Matt Farrow is out of this one with an injury, so that's a big hole to fill for the Saints. So let's see if Shane Keys and the offense can get it going a little bit better. Hardnett with a carry, a nice carry as well, out across the 35 to the 36-yard line, and over 10 yards is going to get him a 1st down.
Very nice adjustment on the run. When he first started into the hole, it was closed, and he juked to the right, and there was space.
Yeah, right away it jumps out. Really good feel and quickness, a suddenness about him. Hardnett has, and they're lining him up kind of in the slot now out on the other side. So as a weapon, you got to keep an eye on him. Number 23, Naquante Thompson joins in the backfield. There's Hardnett again. See, they're going to just throw that out on a handoff. Saints do a good job that time. Gabriel and Ellis corral him.
I don't know if he can pass, but the big guy's on this side.
Yeah,
that's a long way down there.
Yeah, keep that little throw in the back of your mind, because if Hardnett can throw it, if they put number 5, Shamar Reiser-Presley, on the same side, one-on-one with Cam Kaminsky, that is going to be a tall order for Mr. Cam. So I don't know what kind of throwing arm Shane Keys has. This is kind of yet to be seen, but that little play, I thought that was going to be a double pass as well. 2nd and 8, out of the gun, Dragons. Keys goes to throw quick. Not a problem at all.
Oh, still going.
And Ja'Cory Bursey, it's a really nice gain across the 40. Up tempo for the Dragons. I don't know that I've ever seen an official start the clock before the chains are set until just now. Nonetheless, here we roll. Dragons out of the gun. Keys is going to keep this one. Saints do a pretty nice job even ripping away at the ball. They're not going to get it, but no gain there for Keys.
That was the quarterback's decision. The open man was the first one through.
Yeah, Dragons go with the no huddle, so all the signals come from the coaching staff on the side. Keys did a pretty nice job there. Probably still was the right read. Hardnett went through, and I don't think there was anything there for him. So for Keys to keep it for no gain, sometimes that's just a good job and a tip of the cap to the defense. We're going to run this one by design as well. Around the edge on the right, Keys going to keep it. Pretty nice gain there. Going to be a good 8 yards. Going to be 3rd down and 2. We need to get across the 29 for a first down. They have 2 downs to do it. It looks like Keys' helmet might have come off. So in high school football, you have to sit a play regardless. You wonder what kind of depth or familiarity this number 2 quarterback has. Looks like number 6 is coming in to do it. I don't have a name for that gentleman either. Coaches are urging him on to get going. I think if you're St. Clair, you just latch your eyes onto Hardnett here, number 1, and he's getting the ball in my mind. Mm-hmm. And they tried it, but the ball's on the dirt. Hardnett might have come back up with that. He did, but that's what happens. The helmet comes off your starting quarterback. That's a big deal. The ball ends up on the turf. But it's 4th down now, and it's manageable, but it's a little more than they'd like, I'm sure. Saints defense trying to hold would be a big spot to do that. Key's going to work out of the gun. Going to throw. He's got Reiser-Presley on the edge. All that size working on Cam Kaminsky. It's going to be a first down. He just ran to the sticks and turned around, and Keys hit him on the outside shoulder. Pretty nice play. Thompson, Bursey, and Justin Hardnett out on the perimeter. I think he used to be number 9, Coach, because they've got a different 9 now, and number 1 is Hardnett. Key's going to keep it. Not a bad job there by Carter Peterson out on the edge, kind of stringing it out. Yep. I don't think he was going to be able to catch Keys, but he made it so that Keys had to take the long way, and he might have drawn a penalty flag. It's kind of a holding area. And if that's what it is, that's a pretty big penalty.
Yep.
It is. So I think Carter Peterson did a pretty nice job, kept that outside shoulder free, had leverage, and as he was trying to pursue, may have been held onto just a little long, and you know, that's like a tackle for a major loss. Clintondale had it going there a little bit. Now they're going to be faced with a 1st and 20. Just 2 minutes to go here. Saints lead 6-0 on the early Logan Ellis touchdown off of the turnover. Saints in pursuit here on Keys. They're going to sack him in the backfield. That's at the 37-yard line. Keys looks a little bit slow to get up, but he's going to. Caden Meredith in pursuit. So a 3-yard loss on the sack. Felt like a little bit more, but nonetheless, Saints with a little momentum here. I think Peterson was quick into the backfield on that too.
He was.
And Meredith cleaned up after him. So the Saints have the Dragons going in the wrong direction. We have a delay of game penalty as well.
This is similar to the Lincoln game in that the momentum stops. Every time they do so, they fumble, they have a penalty, they have another penalty.
Yeah, nothing about that game against Lincoln was clean on either side of the football. The Saints didn't do anything to help us out in that one either in that regard, but they were able to win. I think so far the getting in and out of the huddle for the Saints just has been a huge improvement from, week 2 to week 4. Clintondale with the 2nd and 28. We're going to have a false start here as well. So just to further your point, Coach, as soon as it seemed like Clintondale had it all figured out, they did have a nice rhythm. I was 6 or 7 plays in a row, and they were no huddling, and the tempo was good, and it's come to a
prior to the snap of the ball, false start, offense, number 50.
With the penalty on.
Dontrell Thomas for trying to get a head start there, although I don't think he was the lone guilty one. I saw a couple receivers start their route.
Yes,
quick.
You could have picked more than one.
So we're at 2nd and 33. Keys looks to pass, going to do so, gets it out. That's Bursey, who made a really nice gain on his first reception. This one not quite as explosive. Going to get 8 of those yards back. Still a 3rd and 27. If you're the Saints, you know that Clintondale's going to want to pass the ball. You give a pretty good cushion here. You have 8 yards or so. You give up 8. That's still 4th and 19. You got to like your chances. Just can't get beat over the top. And if you're the defensive backs on our side of the field, Rice or Presley is the guy you don't want getting you over the top. That time, another pass intended for Ja'Cory Bursey falls to the turf, so 4th and 27. Does look like they're going to opt to punt here and try to pin the Saints deep. Probably not a bad idea, honestly.
Yeah, if you can control that punt. Otherwise, it just goes in the end zone.
Yeah, in the end zone is not good execution. Anything inside the 20 is an A+. Ball is away.
Not bad.
Bursey, not bad. Let's see if Ellis can return it past there, though, and he does.
Yeah.
Ellis with an explosive play here to the outside, making people miss. Gets around again with a stiff arm. The punter, Ja'Cory Bursey, gives chase, and so they opt to punt, and it would have been about the same exact thing had they just gone for it. Maybe arm punting would have been a better idea. And a pretty nice dynamic return there by Logan Ellis. a really nice decision to not try to fair catch or let that go. He had good momentum.
And he had space, too.
And he had some. It wasn't in danger of getting hit right away. And, you know, you see him just be an athlete with the football after a while. A couple good stiff arms. That one. And then a second. So nice run and up to the 34-ish yard and 33-ish yard line. That's where the Saints will take over. Probably the last play of the third quarter here. Or, excuse me, first quarter. Peyton Ellis. Delay a game.
5-yard penalty.
On the Saints.
Replay first down.
We talked about that a little bit as well. These play clocks are visible to these quarterbacks.
Yes.
They got to get up there and snap the ball. They're on field. So the Saints start with a penalty. 1st and 15. Ellis looked like he was going back to pass on that previous down. He's going to do it here. Oh, and they got a man. Oh, so
Whoa. There you
it's
go.
ripped down by the face mask.
Yeah. You can't really do that.
Peyton Ellis looks like he's okay, but they're going to get an automatic first down and a 15-yard walk-off.
During the play, face mask, defense, 15-yard penalty. The result will be a first down.
So they're going to walk that off. Saints will kind of restart their drive. 43-yard line. Penalty has that clock stopped, so they're going to run this one. It'll flip the field, and we'll be going the other way here shortly. Saints still lead 6-0. Gabriel gets the carry. It looks like Logan Ellis is getting a tape job down on the bench. So that's going to end our first quarter. We're going to flip the field, get a message from our sponsors, and come right back here on CTV with Saints Football.
North Star Bank, your local community bank serving St. Clair, Sanilac, Huron, and Washtenaw counties. When you need a local community bank for home loans, checking, savings, and other banking needs, North Star Bank is the community bank that you want to deal with. The bank that will take care of all your personal and business needs. North Star Bank has a new mobile application that you can download to make banking even easier. North Star Bank, guiding the way. Member FDIC.
Saying something like backside flag. All right, we're back. Second quarter action here on CTV. Saints football here at East China Stadium. Saints welcoming in the Clintondale Dragons. Danny White alongside myself, bringing you second quarter action and a Peyton Ellis drop back. Rice or Presley providing a little pressure. Peyton Ellis going to try to make something out of it. It's all going to come back because there was a holding call in the backfield anyhow. You're going to get a penalty a long way away from the line of scrimmage as well. So that is going to be a sizable penalty.
During the play, holding, offense, number 60. It'll be 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Replay, second down.
It's going to end up being about a 20-yard penalty, and the Saints are way behind it now. So just like that, it was second and 5, and now the Saints face second and 28 from the 25. Mentioned right at the end of that quarter that Logan Ellis, the featured back for the Saints, was getting his ankle taped. Still is doing so, so it's Gabriel in the backfield with Ellis. Gabriel's going to get the carry. Little gain there, and Naquante Thompson brings him down. Seven-yard gain leaves him with a lot to go. Right now, you're just playing to chunk some of this and get better field position, most likely on your punt team. You don't have to get it all. Peyton Ellis to drop back. He's going to throw, looking for Hunter Richardson. First time, really, I feel like we've seen him targeted, but good coverage that time by number 13 for the Dragons. It's going to bring up a fourth down, and very likely the punt team. And the guy who was getting his ankle taped is also the punter, and it looks like he's back out there to do his special teams duties here. We'll see how that goes. He does that rugby-style punt. That's a big part of his game. Guessing he rolled that ankle up on that nice punt return that he had over on the sideline.
Yep, looks like he's has a little glitch in his stride there.
One of those things that comes about in football that it probably isn't serious, but it's just enough to bother you while you're playing.
Particularly if you're the featured back and you're
you
the
play
defensive
offense,
stalwart.
special teams,
And you're
yeah.
Well,
We said that at the beginning. That's why you got to get out and capitalize on opportunities to get more guys reps and to keep your stars off the field in some of these games, so that those guys who you need on all three phases, are there for the Marysville game and the games that are the big ones. That's not to discredit Clintondale. It's just not a rival, so to speak, and you want to build that depth. But the Saints have had a couple opportunities to cash in and just haven't been able to do so. Fortunately for them, the Dragons are responding likewise. Dragons had a nice drive, stalled out last time with a bunch of penalties. This is going to be hard net with a carry. Stopped there by Ellis. He gets a couple. Clintondale early on here is like to just snap it quick to Keys and throw it out here to Bursey and let him try to go kind of one-on-one with the defensive back. Saints give him plenty of respect and cushion. They're going to let Keys run this one. He's met there immediately. Really nice job there in the backfield. That's 60. Looked like it was Cooper Pennywell on the stop.
came from the other side. Down lineman position on the left-hand side, made the tackle on the right.
Schroeder may have been in on that with him. So 3rd and 9. Passing down. Defensive backs on high alert here. Keys out of the gun. They are going to throw. Looking at Bursey first. Nothing there. Good coverage by the Saints. Now in pursuit. Kind of going to launch it here. Ellis goes up with it. I think he came down with it.
He did.
So Ellis on a bad leg goes up and skies right above Shamar Reiser Presley for a pick.
Perfect positioning. Absolutely perfect positioning. You're shorter, but you're in front.
He went in front.
Yes.
Good rebounding position here, and you're going to see size-wise, this isn't a contest, but position-wise, really nice job. Yes. So Ellis, off of a freshly taped ankle, comes in and gets the pick, gets the ball back, and the Saints are in business with pretty good field position. You know, sometimes you get that ankle rolled up, and the more you play on it and loosen it up, you know, it's going to hurt tomorrow regardless. But if you play on it, sometimes it just starts to feel a little bit better. Tighten up the shoe, and we'll deal with it in the morning.
Particularly if you intercept the pass.
Yeah,
it feels better.
Yeah, a couple endorphins running now. You're good. Ellis going to roll again. Not much doing there in the backfield. There's Reiser Presley. And pretty good job, and really nice job by number 9, who I don't have a firm number for, of laying up, because I think every party he wants to throw that quarterback down there.
Yes, he did. Yes. Yeah. A, it's the quarterback, and B, he's smaller than you are.
Yeah, you throw him to the ground and you make a big problem. So good restraint there by the Dragons, because that ends up being a forward progress sack. And 2nd and long for the second consecutive drive here for the Saints. So they start off and then go backwards. Makes it hard to score, and it makes it hard to sustain drives. Gabriel in the backfield with Michael Reed. Michael Reed kind of leading the way for Peyton Ellis here. Keeps it quick up to the 38-yard line. Third and a mile. Hunter Richardson checking back into the game. He's replacing Drew Pietrkowski.
Yeah, it's not like you have a play set for 3rd and 14.
No, you don't draw many up for that. No. And if you do, it's got to be the absolute 3rd and 14 when you got to have it. And right now, with a 6-0 lead and halfway through the second, I don't think you want to put that one on tape. No. You got a couple downs here as well. If you get close, you can go for it. Ellis rolls right again. And he's going to look for Michael Reed, but because of the pressure from Clintondale, that one falls to the turf, brings up 4th down in a punting situation. Liam Nesbitt, the long snapper. Ellis to punt. Didn't really roll out rugby style that time, maybe on account of the ankle. Saints going to provide a shift here. Clintondale adjusting. They may do the rugby one here if he's loose enough. They do. Yep. Pretty good punt. Eyes on for the Saints. And that might have gone off of Clintondale.
Yes.
Saints are acting like it did. The officials aren't.
I think that's why he grabbed it.
That looked like it may have hit the back shoulder of a Clintondale player in pursuit. Let's see. We're going to get a replay here. Maybe we'll have a good look at it. Officials are getting together. That's Justin Hardnett. Let's see if we can get a look at it. I don't know if it goes off of his back foot. It looks like it hits him in the back here from our vantage point, but I don't think the Saints are going to get the call. And, tough to see. But you can see Hardnett went right back after that like it did hit him. Saints might have missed out on a break there, but they got one earlier.
Was a quick response by Jackson Oles. It just seemed like he was right
knew,
there.
His body language indicated, the Saints indicated that it did hit him. Even Hardnett looked like he might have been guilty, but, the officials weren't exactly in a great position to see it, not really by any fault of their own. It's kind of a tough spot. So Clintondale catches a break. Let's see if they can execute on it. Hardnett on the perimeter. Elusive again. Out almost to the 50. Finally brought down by Caden Meredith, so he's going to get to the 48 and narrow first down. $7:15 left in the second quarter. All the scoring came in the first 2 minutes and 50 seconds. The Saints got on the board quick after a botched snap by the Dragons. Time of possession, I think, favors the Dragons. It feels like they've had the ball in this, I'll call it a slight hurry up. We're just going to call it a no huddle spread offense. Got some pretty good weapons.
If they would only get the playoff before.
I think we're going to get a timeout here at least, but I think they were flirting with that. Flirting with that delay of game again. We've seen a couple on the Dragons and one on the Saints, and the play clocks are visible to all of us. I will say this, regarding the delay of game. The officials with the ability to start the play clock on their own on the field, it does feel like it's sped up their resets a little bit. I think because they're held accountable to it as well. When they're keeping it in their pocket, you probably see fewer of them because when it is a delay game, it's easier to not say anything when you're the only one that can see it. But nonetheless, it's there for everybody to see. Players have to adjust. So Clintondale off the timeout with a 2nd and 2. Approaching midfield. Saints defense has responded well in each of their drives. Hardnett going to have it here. He's met early. Really nice job there in the backfield. I have it as number 61. Maybe that was 60 and 62, so Pennywell and Schroeder on the tackle. It had to have been Pennywell. He's done a nice job of getting into the backfield tonight. So a nice play there. Brings up 3rd down and a long 3. Keys on the perimeter. That one looked like it was forward. Goes to the turf. It's 4th down, and now the Dragons have a little bit of a decision to make here, Coach. This is not a sure thing.
No, and it's on their side of the field. So if you don't make this, you're asking for trouble.
Yeah, that's a big deal. 5:57, just time and situation. You're looking at 5:57 left on the clock. It's 4th and enough to bother you. And you feel like if you turn it over here on downs, you're giving the Saints good field position, and their offense, you make them go the full length of the field, and their offense hasn't proven to be able to sustain anything. So pretty big gamble here for Coach Schindler and the Dragons.
And they start just beyond the 45, and they're running out of their shotgun. So you start.
Ooh, and they're going to get the Saints to jump. So really the first blemish out of the Saints defense. It's going to result in a 1st down. So something the Saints needed to be on alert for. Probably it may have been a situation where Clintondale was just going to try to draw him and call a timeout and punt the ball, and the Saints make the one mistake that they can't. So the Dragons operate with a fresh set of downs on the good side of the 50 for them. Trying to march down and match the Saints at 6. Key's going to keep it. Quickly off the left side. Pretty nice gain. Almost slips the tackle of Jackson Oles, but he hangs on. Might have been a touchdown-saving tackle there by Oles.
Didn't appear to be there was a red shirt behind that. He's pretty quick, that quarterback.
Yeah, Key's a capable runner. Clintondale does have some weapons out on the perimeter. They can catch and run. Hardnett's been good running the football when he's carried it. Keys is capable. And then, of course, we've seen some nice things out of Bursey and Ricer Presley. 2nd and 1. Keys to throw. Connects there quickly with number 7. That's Mario Nardelli. He's across the 35 to the 33 and a fresh set of downs.
Well,
so
he gets the ball out quickly, so you don't have much time as a defensive back. And that receiver makes a turn and 2 steps comes back. He's going to be open.
Yeah, and right now it's a little bit by design, I think, by the Saints defense. They're just keeping everybody in front of them. So if you're, continuing to be frustrated by the cushion, you understand that the Saints are probably banking on, you let them catch a few in front, make the tackle, and eventually they'll make a mistake that costs some yardage. And so far that's working. So Bursey on the perimeter here. He's going to be wrapped up. Really nice job out in pursuit by Schroeder. Kept right with him. Trevor Gregg out there in pursuit as well.
two big guys who strung that out and then made the tackle.
And then finished the play. You don't see that very often. Bursey plenty quick. The 5'8", 170-pound senior. Ball way over on the right hash now, so lots of room coming toward us. Hard net with Keys in the backfield. 2nd and long. Going to flip it out for Bursey. He's going to make the catch and make the first man miss. Stepped out of bounds. Just shy of the first down marker. Couple to go here on 3rd down.
It was just high enough to get over the defender's hands on either the corner or the defensive end.
Tempo of the Clintondale offense starting to wear on the front of the Saints defense a little bit. A lot of hands on the hips. 3rd down, 4 to go. Time ticking away here in the first half. Keys gives to Hardnett. Hardnett right side. Battling a little bit. Looks like Gabriel and Schroeder on the tackle. It's going to be short of the first down, so another 4th down opportunity for the Saints defense. So the Saints jumped on the previous 4th down. See if the Dragons try to get them to go early again. Little different situation. I don't think there was any punt in play here. Even in short yardage, the Dragons opt for the full spread and guys in the shotgun. He's going to throw on 4th and short. Has a man, slips out of his fingers, and that's going to turn the ball over. Number 23, Naquante Thompson, couldn't haul it in on a pretty good throw. I think he wants that one back, and the Saints are going to get the ball instead.
That was a first down right there. All he had to do was catch it.
There's a sweet simplicity to that offense when they have 5 wide and they're just running every guy to the sticks and telling them to turn around. It's hard to cover, but you got to make the catch. The first time they had that situation, Ricer Presley made the catch in front of Cam Kaminsky. That time, Thompson couldn't hold on to it, and if you're the Saints, you kind of have that between decision-making here, 2:49 to go. You don't want to do anything risky down here to turn it over, but you wouldn't mind putting some points on the board before the half. Gabriel with a nice run. Good job by the offensive front there. It's going to be 6 yards. Jalen Averett and Naquante Thompson on the tackle. So a good chunk there. Gabriel getting a little more of the juice in the backfield with Ellis hobbled a bit. He's playing mostly defense right now. They're going to give Gabriel another look. Kind of stutter steps. Ricer Presley meets him quickly, but a decent gain, 3 yards. Secord and Kleeman leading the way there for the offensive front. 2 carries in a row. Pretty nice job by the right side.
Keep control of the clock while you're down in your own zone.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with this. Get this first down. Gabriel moved quick, but I think he got another face mask call. It's going to stop the clock and move the Saints 15 yards. Saints with their full bucket of timeouts as well. So just when it looked like Coach Bishop and the Saints were going to be...
During the play, face mask, defense, number 13. It'll be a 5-yard penalty. The result will be a first down.
So a face mask of the 5-yard variety. Clock starts to roll. It is a first down. They're going to call a timeout here as Coach Bishop and the Saints probably going to talk about whether or not they want to be aggressive on this first play. You have a little more room now. So, Coach, a lot like the first broadcast against Lincoln, Saints come out, get a turnover, score right away, have another opportunity, and then everything just kind of seems to stall, and it's stalled on both sidelines and, on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, and it has to be very frustrating. You get something going and you shoot yourself in the foot, or in Clintondale's case, they fumbled. It just, the momentum is, it's not like it goes back and forth. It's just really not there.
You're absolutely right. Right when it feels like we're about to see some, it just seems like it fizzles out, right? So got to find a way to capture a little bit of it and avoid some negative plays for both offenses. Defense is doing fine. Let's see what Coach Bishop and the Saints decide to do. They're going to roll Ellis out to his right this time, and they're going to get Richardson with a good catch, and he gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
I like that to this side.
Yeah, he's rolled out to the opposite side. You know, that opposite shoulder, you got to have enough time to turn and square, or at least feel like you're not under heavy pursuit. And he hasn't been able to really escape it enough to throw the football accurately. And this time they roll him to his strong side, and he's able to deliver a strike to Hunter Richardson. Plus he got out of bounds, stopped the clock, and saved the Saints a timeout. See if the Saints keep the pedal down. They're going to hand this one off. This one's to Kaminsky. Kind of skates through. Lanky runner, Kaminsky. For sophomore. They're going to call their second timeout. Now on the Clintondale half of the field. This might feel like more of an opportunity than it did when the drive first started.
Well, like you had mentioned, you have to be careful when you're down in your own end. One small mistake and it's their ball and you're tied or behind.
Right, you give turn it over, trying to be too aggressive or too cute. You got to, but really, the credit goes to the offensive line on those first couple of carries of this drive. They immediately got the 9 yards that they kind of needed to get momentum. You've got third and manageable. They were fortunate to get a face mask call, but probably going to get that first down anyhow. And that's a big deal. It gets you kind of out of the shadow of your opponent's red zone, and now in pretty short order across the 50, and the playbook is open for you.
Yes, if you're designing plays, you got many more options down at this end.
A little space to work here. You can throw the football. You have a timeout left and enough time to run the football a couple times as well. Ellis from under center. He's going to roll to his strong side again. A little bit of time here, but he's going to choose to keep it across the 45 to the 43. It's going to be 2nd and 5 or so. And the Saints going to go no huddle. Let's see how equipped they are. We haven't really seen this or seen them have to do this yet. It's a good spot for learning as well. Ellis takes the snap. He's going to give to Gabriel. Gabriel inside the 40. Not enough for a first down. Maybe a timeout here for the Saints if they want to keep going. We're under 30 seconds. 3rd and 3. They're going to stick no huddle. They're going to save that timeout. They're going to sneak it. And they're not going to get a first down. So now the timeout comes with 14 seconds left in the second half. So not able to get the first down was Ellis. And 14 seconds to go. No timeouts left now, Coach. So if you're going to use the timeout there, you got to think you're going to throw the football at least one time coming out of this timeout, and you have multiple plays called, right?
Yes, you have to. Yep. Or you have to get out of bounds, either one.
Well, and you do have, I was going to say you do have the benefit of the sticks resetting if you can get the 3 yards. I don't know based on how crisp that no huddle was that they're going to be able to reset it that fast. So I think you're probably looking airborne here, and then worst case scenario, if it gets picked off for some reason, it's deep enough not to hurt you and you wind out the first half. We'll see what the Saints go with, but throwing the ball seems like the only way to get 2 plays. From our vantage point. Ellis going to be under center. He is going to throw. Let's one go ahead of man. It's going to be short, and there's that interception that I talked about, but you do got to make the tackle. It's going to be forced out at the 30-ish yard line. So really nothing hurt there but the stats. You know, quarterback rating's going to take a fall, but at least you had the opportunity. I think you actually had beat the defender.
I think you did, yep.
Just a little bit of a short throw. And for the same reasons that the Saints weren't super aggressive at the other end, it's hard to see Clintondale trying to be super aggressive here. The looming pick six for all the momentum just kind of casts a shadow. So I wouldn't be surprised you to see Shane Keys.
And you're more than 70 yards away.
Right. Take a knee and go to the half, or just hand it to Hardnett and see what you can get, which isn't going to be much. As he's held up there by Schroeder and Caden Meredith, and that's going to bring the first half to a close. So here on CTV, 6-0. Saints lead after their first drive and possession on a Logan Ellis touchdown, but we're at the half. Marching band's going to come on, and we're going to get a message from our sponsors. We'll be back on CTV for the second half.
Well, they've got drink specials every day. Rooms upstairs if you want to stay. If you love music, hear it play at the good old Murphy Inn. At the good old Murphy Inn.
Looking for a great spot to enjoy lunch or dinner with fantastic daily food and happy hour specials? Look no further than the Murphy Inn in St. Clair. This is Paul, owner of the Murphy Inn. Our charming Irish pub features different food and drink specials every day of the week, plus live entertainment every Wednesday through Saturday. The inn even offers 7 unique hotel rooms complete with modern amenities, perfect for overnight stays or a weekend getaway.
There ain't no doubt we're going out to the good old Murphy Inn.